So I wish your wellness campaign in getting healthy and losing weight was all about just knowing what to do. I wish that was true, but every day I work with clients, and guess what? Knowledge is not your problem. It's actually support and accountability.
You know what the right things to do are. What's stopping you from doing them? What do you need to get started? For most people, having support and accountability make a huge difference in this process. This is why when people have a buddy to exercise with, they're going to exercise more reliably. One of our patients has established a fantastic way to keep herself accountable. She and her sister established these wellness goals for themselves. And then if either of them fails at achieving their goal, they have to do something for the other person. It's almost a little bit devious because they pick things that they'd really hate doing. And then if they don't meet their goals, they have to do those things for the other person. For instance, my patient, she hates shopping at the mall, so her sister makes her go to the mall to buy something for her if she fails at her goal. She has not failed yet. Another one of our patients spoke up at work at the monthly staff meeting in front of 50 of her co-workers. I was amazed about how courageous she was in doing this. She asked all of them for their support and for them to help her be accountable in her effort to create new, healthy habits. The next week, there was a birthday party in the office, and after singing happy birthday, some of the co-workers went outside and quietly enjoyed some birthday cake so as not to tempt my patient. She heard about this later and was so grateful for their support that they were all conspiring to try and help her in this process. And this, of course, motivated her to keep on this path and keep making progress. Carrie, how do you keep yourself accountable?
So accountability, I think, is all about staying engaged. And sometimes you have to reinvent the wheel for yourself. One of the ways I do this for myself is actually signing up for road races. A lot of my patients get intimidated, but a simple 5K anybody can walk. It's a supportive community and is really helpful. Another way that you can create accountability is actually creating what we call a technology community. So now with smartphones, online, internet, YouTube, there are hundreds of ways to keep yourself engaged. And so what I always ask my patients and clients to do is to pick up that smartphone and download hundreds of free apps that are out there. I'm going to give you a few examples of some of my favorites, but you'll be able to find a lot of our favorite apps that we use on wellnesscampaign.org. So one of my favorite apps for accountability with grocery shopping is actually using ZipList. ZipList keeps track of all of your grocery shopping lists and actually puts your grocery list in order according to what store you head into. It's a great way. Now, anytime I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm having for dinner, guess what? I pull up my phone and look up ZipList. Another great way to create accountability for yourself is actually to use a food log system. There are hundreds of free apps out there. Two of our favorites are MyFitnessPal and Lose It. These are great apps because one, you can actually create little communities for yourself with friends and actually share what you're doing with your food logs. And two, it reflects back to how you're doing and helps you be honest with yourself about how you're doing with making smarter food choices. One of the last things for technology that we've talked about before is actually using pedometers. In particular, we love to use Fitbits. Our Fitbit community has really worked very well with our wellness groups. So use technology communities to help create that support network for yourself.
There's so many great strategies that you can use. So the question is, how are you going to keep yourself accountable? We would love to hear your stories. Go to wellnesscampaign.org and let us know your best strategies for accountability.